The murder of 4 University of Idaho students in November 2022 shocked the nation and became one of the most high-profile criminal cases of the decade. The brutal killings of Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Madison Mogen, and Kaylee Goncalves in their off-campus home in Moscow, Idaho, sent ripples of fear through the small college town and sparked a massive investigation. The case, which remained unsolved for weeks, captivated the public and media, with countless theories and speculations emerging. In December 2022, a suspect was arrested, but the case continues to raise questions about the nature of the crime, the investigation, and the broader implications for campus safety. This video provides a detailed exploration of the events, the investigation, and the aftermath of this tragic case. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for in-depth coverage of true crime, unsolved mysteries, and the dark side of history. Before delving into the details of the crime, it is important to remember the lives of the 4 young students who were tragically taken too soon. The 4 students were living in a 6-bedroom house near the University of Idaho campus, a popular residence for students. Their lives were tragically cut short in the early hours of November 13, 2022. The crime, a night of horror. On the morning of November 13, 2022, police were called to the students' home on King Road after receiving reports of an unconscious person. Upon arrival, officers discovered the bodies of Ethan, Xana, Madison, and Kaylee. All 4 had been stabbed to death in what appeared to be a targeted attack. The brutality of the crime and the fact that it occurred in a quiet college town left the community in shock. Initial reports indicated that the victims had been asleep at the time of the attack, and there were no signs of forced entry. 2 other roommates were present in the house at the time but were unharmed, adding to the mystery of the case. The surviving roommates reported hearing unusual noises, but did not realize the severity of the situation until the next morning. The Moscow Police Department, along with the Idaho State Police and the FBI, launched an extensive investigation into the murders. The case quickly gained national attention, with media outlets and true crime enthusiasts closely following every development. 1. The search for a suspect. In the weeks following the murders, investigators worked tirelessly to identify a suspect. The lack of a clear motive and the absence of a murder weapon made the case particularly challenging. Police initially focused on individuals close to the victims, including friends, acquaintances, and former partners. However, no arrests were made, and the investigation seemed to stall. 2. The role of technology. Technology played a crucial role in the investigation. Surveillance footage from nearby homes and businesses was reviewed, and cell phone data was analyzed to piece together the victims' final hours. Investigators also used DNA evidence collected from the crime scene to narrow down potential suspects. 3. The arrest of Bryan Kohberger. On December 30th, 2022, a breakthrough occurred when police arrested Bryan Christopher Kohberger, a 28-year-old PhD student in criminology at Washington State University. Kohberger, who lived just 10 miles from the crime scene in Pullman, Washington, was taken into custody in Pennsylvania, where he was spending the holidays with his family. Kohberger's arrest was the result of meticulous investigative work. Police had traced a white Hyundai Elantra, seen near the crime scene on the night of the murders, to Kohberger. DNA evidence collected from the crime scene was also linked to him. Kohberger was charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of felony burglary. The suspect. Who is Bryan Kohberger? Bryan Kohberger's background has been the subject of intense scrutiny since his arrest. A former security guard and PhD student in criminology, Kohberger's interest in criminal behavior raised questions about his motives. Former classmates and acquaintances described him as intelligent, but socially awkward, with a fascination for crime and law enforcement. Kohberger's online activity, including posts on forums related to criminal psychology, has also been analyzed. Some have speculated that his academic background may have influenced his actions, though no definitive motive has been established. The legal proceedings, a long road ahead. As of 2023, Kohberger's case is ongoing. He has pleaded not guilty to the charges, and his defense team is expected to challenge the evidence against him. The trial, which is likely to be highly publicized, will delve into the details of the crime, the investigation, and Kohberger's alleged involvement. Key pieces of evidence, including the DNA match and the white Hyundai Elantra, will be central to the prosecution's case. The defense, meanwhile, is expected to focus on potential flaws in the investigation and the reliability of the evidence. The impact on the community. The murders have had a profound impact on the University of Idaho community and the town of Moscow. Students and residents have grappled with feelings of fear, grief, and uncertainty. Vigils and memorials have been held to honor the victims, and the university has implemented additional safety measures to protect students. The case has also sparked broader conversations about campus safety and the need for improved security measures in college towns. Parents, students, and administrators are re-evaluating how to balance the freedom of college life with the need for safety. As with any high-profile case, the murders have generated numerous theories and speculations. Some have questioned whether Kohberger acted alone or if others were involved. Others have speculated about the possibility of a connection between Kohberger and the victims, though no evidence has emerged to support this. The surviving roommates have also been the subject of speculation, with some questioning why they were unharmed. However, investigators have stated that there is no evidence to suggest their involvement in the crime. The investigation has faced its share of challenges and criticisms. Some have questioned the pace of the investigation, particularly in the weeks following the murders when no arrests were made. Others have criticized the handling of information by law enforcement, arguing that a lack of transparency fueled rumors and misinformation. Despite these challenges, the arrest of Bryan Kohberger has been widely seen as a significant step forward in the case. Investigators have emphasized the complexity of the investigation and the need to build a strong case before making an arrest. The murder of Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Madison Mogen, and Kaylee Goncalves is a tragedy that has left an indelible mark on the University of Idaho community and the nation. As the legal proceedings against Bryan Kohberger continue, the focus remains on seeking justice for the victims and their families. The case serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of community in times of crisis. While the investigation has provided some answers, many questions remain. As the world watches, the hope is that justice will be served, and the memories of Ethan, Xana, Madison, and Kaylee will be honored. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to never miss an update. Until next time.